Hi, beautiful Cancerians. This is Maxine Taylor, and I have your really amazing, beautiful forecast for June 2022. And before I jump into that, first of all, some of you were complaining because I hadn't gotten these videos online before it turned into June. And that's true. But it's not because I forgot about you. My birthday was Monday, and the celebrating really started Friday and then Saturday. And then my solar return was Sunday. And then the actual birthday was Monday. And recovery was Tuesday. So here it is, June 1st, and I'm finally getting around to doing these, and thank you for your patience. It was great. I had a terrific time. And hey, baby, not only am I back, I never forgot about you. So the other thing I want to mention, this is a proof, but the first book I wrote, now that I've cast it, what do I do with it? I updated it and included more information on the North Node and the South Node of the moon. And it's in the updated version. And it's available as an ebook now, as well as a hold in your hand paperback. So I just wanted to share that with you. And for those of you who have done my Take Back Your Life session, what I came to see was that is the foundation session. I'm now writing a book called Take Back Your Money. And so if you are ready to create more money for yourself and you've done the Take Back Your Life session, let me know, because it will blow you out of the frame. So I'll let you know when that book is ready. Some of you are waiting for the book. I'll let you know when it's ready. So let's get on to this beautiful forecast. First of all, look at this gorgeous 10th house. That's your career. That's your public image. And you've got Jupiter in your 10th house. Jupiter is the greater benefic. It blesses everything in the house where it falls. And so it's blessing your role as a leader. It's blessing your career. And then the red planet is Mars. And wherever Mars is, that's what we throw ourselves into. That's what we fight with and fight for. That is what is number one in our lives. And so you've got the abundance of Jupiter, terrific popularity and ambition moving forward. And what I'm just going to say is go for it. Step into the leadership position that's in front of you or that you are already in, and move upwards. That Mars, I love it in the 10th. What it does, it doesn't make lateral moves, it moves upward. So go for it. Now, Mercury is the blue planet. And as we know, it has been retrograde. Really, really retrograde. So many of you have said, this is the worst retrograde ever. It does appear that way. So Mercury is retrograde right now, but it's going to go direct in just a few days on the 4th. Now, just before it goes direct, there's a tendency to argue. Okay, just hold that thought. Don't start a fight. Wait until after it goes direct, after the 4th. If you still feel that way, you'll be able to perhaps broach the subject you want to talk about in a more tactful way that won't start World War III. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Then, of course, once it goes direct, it moves into the shadow. And when it's in the shadow, it feels absolutely, positively, like Mercury is retrograde. Some of you have been observing this for years. It's not retrograde, but it feels like it. And I use the post direct shadow. In other words, after Mercury goes direct, the shadow that immediately follows, I use that to tie up the loose ends of unfinished projects that I never got to when Mercury was retrograde. So that's how I use it. And even though it feels like Mercury is retrograde, you can get a lot done. Okay. And it'll be in the shadow till the 18th of June, after which, of course, you can start new projects if you never got to it during the shadow. Then Mercury, of course, is in the 11th house of friends and group activities. And excuse me, we are so pollinated here in Atlanta. Are you pollinated where you are? It's just crazy. And I'm allergic. And if you are, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, back to Mercury. Wherever Mercury is what we think about and talk about. Well, this is friends, but it's also a very humanitarian house. So if you are involved in group activities of a philanthropic or humanitarian nature, this is wonderful. On the, need my glasses, on the 13th, Mercury will move into your 12th house. And what this means is you're going to be meditating more. The 12th house is the subconscious. And so you may find that you're getting your clarity after you wake up from a dream, because the 12th house is the spirit plane. So it's hard to see what you're looking at necessarily when it's on a subconscious level. Now, this can also be a time of sharing ideas privately with other people. Venus, the pink planet, that is love and beauty. It is, of course, the lesser benefic. It rules money, beauty. Did I mention love more than 3 times? It blesses you wherever it is. And when it's in your 11th house, you love your friends and you think they're beautiful. And that's why you get along so well with them, with Venus in the 11th. When it moves into the 12th on the 22nd, you're going to love your own solitude. You're going to want to be alone. That's cool. Just explain to these friends of yours who are saying, where'd you go? That you're just needing a little solitude and privacy. Now, the sun, the yellow planet, the giver of life, is in your 12th house. And so your life is taking place on a more spiritual level right now. This happens during the time once a year when the sun is in Gemini, because when it's in the previous sign to yours, this is a preparation time. On the 21st, the sun moves into your first house and it moves into Cancer, of course, and it is your turn to be center stage. The center of your life then is you. The sun is the giver of life. So if you haven't been feeling well, if you've been thinking that you're not looking that great, the sun says, you look terrific. And yeah, you're fine. Your health is fine. And this is a time for you to make yourself the center of your life. All right. Now, we have a full moon on June 14th in 23 Sag, and that's in your 6th house. Now, on the full moon, things come to a head. This is your job. This is work. This is health. And so if you're thinking of making a switch from one company to another, because after all, you are the leader, or just putting more energy into your job, this full moon carries you. And 2 weeks later, we have a new moon on the 28th in 7 degrees Cancer. Find 7 degrees Cancer in your birth chart, because that is where in your birth chart, it complements the solar chart. In the solar chart, the new moon is on your sun, and it emphasizes what I said earlier about make yourself number one. You do it once a year. Let it rip, my dear Cancerian friends. So that's your June forecast. I hope that you have a wonderful birthday when it arrives. And I hope you'll join me next month when once again I take a look at your forecast. Until then, this is Maxine Taylor saying, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.